When How the Grinch Stole Christmas hit theaters in 2000, audiences expected a goofy holiday comedy, not one of the most chaotic and detail-packed productions Jim Carrey ever survived. Prosthetics that felt like torture, psychological breakdowns on set, and hidden Seussian clues buried in almost every frame. A cave filled with childhood trauma, costumes that expose liars, and a heart that literally grows on camera. These are 19 hidden details you completely missed in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Number 1. The Grinch's first scene reveals his entire backstory. In the opening shots of the Grinch's cave, you can spot props that summarize his entire life. Broken toys with missing parts, shattered Christmas ornaments, child-sized school tools, even ripped homework pages with failing grades. These aren't random set dressing, they're literal clues planted by the art department, so the audience subconsciously absorbs his childhood trauma before the flashback explains it. Production designer Michael Kornblith worked with Ron Howard to create a visual timeline of abandonment and rejection. The broken toys represent gifts he never received. The shattered ornaments symbolize holidays that excluded him. The cave is a childhood bedroom frozen in time. The Grinch didn't just retreat from Whoville, he moved into his own trauma and never left. Number 2. Jim Carrey needed military training for the Grinch. The suit took 8.5 hours to apply every single day. Jim Carrey described it as being buried alive, suffocating under foam latex, yak hair, and spandex. The claustrophobia became so severe that production nearly shut down, so the studio hired a CIA-level resistance trainer to teach him how to survive his own costume. The trainer had worked with military personnel preparing for hostile interrogation. Now he was coaching a comedy actor through breathing techniques, focus drills, and panic control exercises. Carrey learned to compartmentalize the discomfort to mentally separate himself from the suit. He treated each day like a mission to be completed. Surviving the Grinch required more than acting. It required training your mind to withstand what your body wanted to escape. Number 3. Whoville costumes subtly reveal who lies about holiday cheer. If you watch the background Who's during crowd scenes, a pattern emerges. The Who's wearing the brightest, most garish colors are the ones who cheat in the Christmas light contest and gossip. Shallow Who's wear loud colors. Genuine Who's wear muted tones, including Cindy Lou Who's family. Costume designer Rita Ryak created a visual morality system hidden in the fabric choices. The mayor wears the brightest gold and red in Whoville, his costume glowing with self-importance. Cindy's family wears gentle pastels and earth tone. The most judgmental Who's wear oversized bows and excessive jewelry. The kindest Who's wear simple, functional clothing. Most viewers never consciously notice, but it shapes how you feel about each character before they speak. In Whoville, your clothes show what you value. Number 4. Whoville's architecture is designed to disorient you. Nothing in Whoville uses straight lines. Doorways bend inward. Lampposts twist into spirals. Roofs droop as if gravity works differently. Even the streets curve in impossible directions. It's inspired by a rule from Dr. Seuss's original illustrations that production designer Michael Kornblith enforced throughout construction. The world should feel slightly wrong. Your brain keeps searching for symmetry that doesn't exist. Every building leans. Every window sits at an odd angle. The sets were built with intentional instability to make viewers feel off balance. Cinematographer Don Peterman used wide-angle lenses to exaggerate the distortions even further. The effect is subtle but persistent. Whoville doesn't feel like a place you could actually live. It feels like a fever dream of holiday perfection, beautiful and wrong in equal measure. Number 5. The mayor's license plate spoils his personality. His car's plate reads "One Mayor," perfectly capturing his ego-driven need to be seen as the center of Whoville. Even the font is oversized. It's a visual cue that he's compensating for insecurity, broadcasting his importance because he fears no one notices. The prop department created multiple versions to ensure maximum readability on camera. Jeffrey Tambor played the mayor with this exact energy. Every gesture slightly too large, every smile slightly too forced. A man so desperate to be number 1 that he plasters it on his vehicle. When the Grinch's plan threatens his status, the mayor's desperation intensifies. His entire identity is wrapped up in that title. The plate told you everything from the first frame. Number 6. Cindy Lou Who's hair reveals her character arc. At the start, her hair is tightly pinned into an elaborate updo, overly stylized in classic Whoville fashion. Every curl is perfect. Every strand is controlled. It symbolizes Whoville's artificial perfection. But as Cindy becomes more honest and questions the town's values, her hair gradually loosens and becomes more natural. The pins come out, the curls relax. By the final scenes, her hair flows freely, unstyled and authentic. Hair department head Yolanda Tusiang designed 3 distinct versions of Cindy's hairstyle, each one slightly less structured. The transitions happen so gradually that most viewers never notice the specific changes, but the overall effect is unmistakable. The hair transformation mirrors her internal growth from someone who accepts superficial values values to someone who sees through them. Number 7. Jim Carrey improvised most of the Grinch's lines. Many iconic moments weren't scripted. The Echo scene where the Grinch mocks his own voice, the self-bullying monologue in the mirror, the "I'm booked" schedule bit, all improvised. Ron Howard recognized early that Carrey's genius worked best when unleashed. He let Carrey riff inside the suit, creating hours of footage that editors shaped into character-defining moments. Some takes lasted 10 minutes or more. The editing team had too much gold. Hundreds of improvised lines and character moments that never made the final cut, but the ones that survived became the heart of the film. The moments audiences quote decades later. Carrey didn't just play the Grinch, he channeled him through improvisation that felt more authentic than any scripted dialogue. Number 8. Max the dog was played by 6 different dogs. Each Max specialized in a different skill. One handled pulling sleds, another excelled at reacting to commands, a third could bark on cue, a fourth specialized in jumping, a fifth could hold perfect stillness, and the 6th, Hero Max, could hold expressions of concern and loyalty that made him the emotional core. Animal coordinator Boone Nar spent months training the dogs, ensuring seamless transitions. The continuity is nearly perfect. Most viewers never notice the switches. The Hero Max appears in every close-up, every emotional beat. His face became the bridge between the Grinch's cruelty and redemption. That unconditional loyalty, performed by 6 dogs working as one, became the film's quiet moral center. Number 9. The Grinch's heart literally grows on camera. When the Grinch experiences his transformation on Mount Crumpet, his chest physically expands through a practical effect. A hand-pumped bladder was hidden beneath the suit's chest piece. During the pivotal moment, a crew member squeezed the pump live, inflating the bladder in sync with Carrey's performance. No CGI, just movie magic. The effect required multiple takes to perfect. The inflation had to happen gradually, matching the emotional build. Special effects supervisor Kevin Yeager worked with Carrey to choreograph the exact moment of expansion. The bladder could expand up to 3 times its original size. It's a brief moment, lasting only seconds, but it's one of the film's most memorable images. Sometimes the best special effects aren't digital. Number 10. The town's snowfall isn't snow at all. The white flakes drifting through Whoville are industrial soap foam shot from 4 massive foam cannons. The crew used specialized soap solutions that created lightweight, slow-falling bubbles that photographed like snow but left everyone squeaky clean and constantly slipping. Production designer Michael Kornblith wanted Whoville to feel like it existed inside a snow globe. Soap foam solved everything. It looked magical on camera and dissipated cleanly. The downside was that every surface became incredibly slippery. Actors wore textured shoe grips between takes. Stagehands mopped constantly, but the visual effect was worth it. Whoville feels like a place where snow falls eternally, gently, perfectly. The soap foam gave the town a surreal quality, and because it was soap, cleanup was simple. Number 11. The mayor's car has a hidden Seuss creature inside. During the proposal scene, his vintage Seuss mobile features a tiny sculpted creature clinging to the back bumper. The creature is a reference to the Zacks, one of Dr. Seuss's lesser-known morality fables about stubbornness and pride. Production designer Michael Kornblith hid dozens of these Easter eggs throughout Whoville, references to obscure Seuss stories. The Zacks creature was hand-sculpted by the prop department and mounted low on the bumper where it would only appear in wide shots. Most viewers never see it, but for those who do, it's a perfect character note for the mayor. The Zacks are creatures who refuse to move or compromise. Kornblith confirmed that every vehicle and building in Whoville contains at least one hidden Seuss reference. Number 12. The Grinch's fingers have a hidden meaning. His long, wiry fingers were deliberately modeled after eagle talons, symbolizing his predatory attitude toward the Who's. Makeup designer Rick Baker studied birds of prey, analyzing how their claws curve and grip. He wanted the Grinch's hands to feel dangerous, even when still. The prosthetic fingers extended Carrey's natural reach by several inches, but they also required extensive training. Carrey had to learn to move with slippery, bird-like precision, his fingers curling in ways human hands don't naturally move. He practiced for weeks, studying how raptors manipulate objects. The result is a performance where even simple actions feel subtly threatening. The talon-like fingers reinforce the Grinch's status as a predator, and when those same fingers finally reach out in kindness, the transformation feels even more profound. Number 13. Max's collar changes based on his loyalty. Early in the movie, Max's collar is loose, worn, and barely holding together. The leather is cracked, the buckle is tarnished. But after the Grinch begins to soften, Max's collar is subtly adjusted and polished in later scenes. The leather looks conditioned, the buckle shines, the fit is more secure. Costume and prop continuity supervisor Sarah Haldren tracked the collar's condition throughout filming, ensuring the transformation happened gradually. Most viewers never consciously notice the change, but subconsciously it registers. Max looks more cared for. The collar becomes a visual visual representation of the Grinch's growing heart. Long before the climactic moment, the Grinch's redemption doesn't begin when he returns the presents. It begins the first time he fixes Max's collar. Number 14, Cindy Lou, whose song is a foreshadowing clue. Was written to foreshadow the Grinch's emotional arc, not just Cindy's feelings. The melody climbs only halfway up the musical scale, intentionally unresolved, mirroring the Grinch's inability to experience joy. Composer James Horner structured the song to feel incomplete. The ascending notes suggest hope, but never reach satisfying resolution. It hangs in the air, unfinished, reflecting the Grinch's internal state. The final scene uses the complete musical scale for the first time, finishing the emotional puzzle. When the Grinch's heart grows and he embraces the Who's, the melody finally resolves. The song isn't just about missing Christmas, it's about missing the capacity to feel anything at all. Number 15, the Grinch's cave was designed to look like a twisted heart. Viewed from overhead, the main chamber forms a distorted heart shape, complete with chambers and passages that roughly mirror cardiac anatomy. Production designer Michael Korenblith worked with architects to create a cave system that would photograph as heart-like from above. The results are most visible in wide aerial shots during the Grinch's musical numbers. The shape isn't perfect or anatomically accurate. It's warped, stretched, and broken in places. Chambers branch off at wrong angles. Passages dead end unexpectedly. The entire structure feels like something that developed incorrectly. The Grinch's heart didn't fail to grow. It grew wrong, twisted by loneliness and rejection. You're not just visiting his home, you're walking inside his damaged heart. Number 16, the Whoville Christmas tree has an impossible geometry. The massive tree features a spiral design that loops into itself in a shape that's physically impossible. It's a pure Seuss construction, something that looks right on the page but defies actual physics. The tree was constructed with rotating camera position markers embedded throughout its structure. Each shot uses a different angle, calculated to make the impossible geometry appear symmetrical from that specific viewpoint. Cinematographer Don Peterman worked with the construction team to ensure every planned shot would sell the illusion. They created a shooting blueprint that mapped exact camera positions and angles. The result is a tree that feels like it escaped from a Seuss illustration. It's a visual trick consistent with Seuss's surreal illustrations, where objects follow dream logic rather than physics. Number 17, the Grinch's walk came from studying primates. To move like a creature who grew up alone, Jim Carrey spent weeks studying gorilla and orangutan gait patterns at the San Diego Zoo. He watched how they shifted weight, how they used their arms, how they moved through space. The hunched shoulders, the swinging arms, the irregular pacing all mimic primate locomotion, not human movement. Carrey's goal was to create a walk that felt instinctive but wrong. Movement choreographer Bonnie Story worked with Carrey to develop a specific vocabulary of gestures and gaits. Every step had to look natural for the Grinch while feeling alien to human viewers. The result is a performance where even standing still, Carrey doesn't look quite human. His posture is wrong, his balance is off. Number 18, the final carving knife foreshadows redemption. At the feast, the knife handed to the Grinch has a red handle instead of green. It's the first non-green object the Grinch has touched in the entire film. Green symbolizes his isolation, red symbolizes community and belonging to the Who's world. Prop master Doug Harlocker created multiple versions, testing different handle colors before settling on red. He wanted something that would feel celebratory and welcoming. The moment the Grinch accepts the knife, his transformation is complete. He's no longer green in a red world. He's holding red in green hands, bringing the two together. Most viewers never consciously register the color change, but it registers emotionally. The story doesn't end when he returns the presents. Number 19, the ending mirrors the book's final illustration. When the Grinch carves the roast beast, the camera holds the exact same angle, distance, and character spacing as the final page of Dr. Seuss's original 1957 book. Even the plate arrangement matches. Ron Howard wanted the ending to feel like the book coming to life. Cinematographer Don Peterman studied Seuss's original illustrations for weeks, analyzing composition and perspective. He worked with storyboard artists to recreate the final image as precisely as possible. The result is a moment of perfect symmetry. The film ends exactly where the book ends, in the same position, with the same framing. It's a love letter to Seuss, an acknowledgement that no matter how much spectacle Hollywood added, the heart of the story remains unchanged. Those extra seconds are reverence. How the Grinch Stole Christmas might look like a chaotic holiday comedy, but behind the scenes it was a maze of prosthetics nightmares, visual illusions, hidden clues, and some of the strangest production decisions ever made for a Christmas film. Jim Carrey endured torture resistance training just to wear the suit. The sets bent reality itself. Which hidden detail surprised you the most, and what movie should we unwrap next? Because in Whoville, nothing is random. Every choice was deliberate.